Oi, oi, you beautiful people. It's Cockney Butter here, and it's all about getting real. Oi, oi. Hope everybody's having a good one. I've been feeling it a bit lately, to tell you the truth. Of course, it's all down to thinking and shit, right? Which is kind of what this one's about. This is all about, it's a bunch of balls. It's a bunch of balls, did you know that? Yeah. Stay tuned and find out what I mean by that. I hope everybody's having a good one. Like I said, I'm here. What did I say? I'm not sure if I actually did say I was here in sunny Florida. Even though if you listen to the podcast, you know I say it pretty much every single time. And the temperatures have actually seemed to have dropped again. Yeah, like I said, I've been feeling it a bit. Yeah, well, I say a bit. It's been a bit naughty here and there. And, yeah, I've been working on myself. Working. As soon as I open my eyes. Yeah, so, yeah, I've been like, I don't know what's kind of, well, kind of, like, and ahhing. What am I doing? Spit the words out. Anyway. I kind of know where it's coming from. I got into this whole area of all of a sudden knowing that mum not being there and safety missing for some reason. Well, I say for some reason. I know why. It's because of the always looking to mum as a safety. And it doesn't, I'm not saying that's healthy, by the way, because it's not. It's not healthy. Because once that's gone, which I think I've had the realisation over the past week or so, and all of a sudden started going, yeah, bit tits up. It's like, what? Anyway, that's not what this one's about, even though it's based around thinking. So let's talk about thinking for a minute, shall we? And like, you know, why do we even get into thinking, right? Why do we even get into thinking? If you think of what a thought is, it's you can't see it, you can't grab it, you can't feed it, you can't do anything with it. It just is, right? So how did it get there in the bloody first place, yeah? How the bloody hell did the thinking get there in the first place? Well, if you go back and start looking at all your programmings from birth, right? You're born with nothing, right? You want to be fed and you want to be held, right? You want to feel safe. So everything from that day on, they even say that you recognise things even when you're in the womb, because that's what they say about playing music and things like that, which I did to both my kids, and both my girls are musical and they love music and they play instruments, and so I guess it worked. But yeah, thinking, right? But so pretty much how we think is a result of somebody else, right? Because it takes somebody else to say, you know, this, and this, depending on whatever you're facing, whatever you're doing, right? Kid goes up to an hot stove. You don't want to touch that, that's up. Kid goes up to the stove again. You don't want to touch that, that's hot. Until the kid touches the stove and goes, you know, that's hot. Right? And then what does the kid do now? Knows that up there is bloody hot, right? It's had an experience of it. But what happens if somebody kept on saying, that's cold? You don't want to go up there, that's cold. And then you get an experience of what cold is, right? You might get into some cold water and someone says, oh, that's cold. So you've got an idea, your mind's programming in kind of what cold is, and it don't hurt. Unless you're joking in like cold plunges and that, but even then they don't hurt. It depends on where your mind's at, again. The mind, right? But let's say that kid gets told that stovetop's cold, but it's getting the idea that don't go near it, don't go near it, don't go near it, the kid will avoid the stove. Even though you're saying it's cold, because you've given the kid what cold means don't put your hand on it, right? Until one day, people are saying, why are you afraid of the stove, Steve? I'm not saying this happened to me, I'm using me as an analogy, all right? But, why are you scared of the stove, Steve? What's going on? And you're like, friggin' damn thing, it'll hurt you. What are you talking about? Well, it'll hurt you. You put your hand up on there, you're gonna get hurt. And then they go up and put their hand on it, and you're like, what the fuck? All of a sudden, there's a reality. Now there's a reality to the thought. Now it's hopefully reprogrammed that, right? Because it's all a matter of reprogramming the mind from a mind that has been programmed by everything around you. Everything you see around you is not your problem. It's your mind's reaction to what's there in front of you. That's the problem. What you do with that, the thinking side of it. And the thinking side of it is going to bring on an emotion, because you can't have an emotion without a thought. You can't. Right? So, and then there's a whole reaction to that, and then what happens is we go and react. And then what you do by reacting is you just reinforce. So whether that be joy too, you reinforce the mind of what that is. So I want to use a little bit. I heard this. I can't even remember where I heard this, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna get a podcast out on it, because it's a great way of thinking about your thinking. Now, I used to do it with my marler. I used to take my marler off, and I used to, which I still do, and I say, if you try and push a situation and thinking and stuff like that away, it's going to come back, right? And if you try and pull something in because you really, really want it, it has a possibility of drifting away from you and going the other way. So what I want you to think about is, put yourself in like a pool of water. A pool of water. And fill that pool of water up with soccer ball, football size, very, very lightweight balls, and they're all floating all around you, right? And then think about those balls as your thoughts. So each one of those is your thoughts, and that could be good thoughts, bad thoughts, whatever thoughts, right? But each one of those balls is a thought, right? And they come in and they cling, they get close, they come right round, and you're causing this kind of like a bit of a vacuum in the space that you're standing, because the balls want to come in and be around you and hug you, right? Just like you're thinking, yeah. But what happens if one of those thoughts, one of those balls, you don't really want it. You don't really want it. So you try and fight it. You try and push it down. You fight with all your might to get it down there, and you can't. And all of a sudden it slips. What's it going to do? It's going to take your face apart. Is what it's going to do. If your bloody boat race is in the bleeding way, mate, you're going to cop it right in the face and say goodbye to your nostrils, because they're going to be on the back of your head. All right. That thing is going to shoot back. Now think about your thoughts in the same way. If you try to fight and push it away and push it down, and you don't want it there and you keep pushing, that thing is going to come back with more power. You're focusing, you're putting a lot of emphasis on, I don't want this, and the brain's going, yeah, but hang on a minute, this is a normal, what are you talking about? This is a normal pattern that you keep doing. What do you mean? And it's freaking thing, and you just keep, it thinks you want it, and all of a sudden slip, and that fault, that's it, boom. Where you may take a reaction or something that really isn't the right direction to go. Right? It really is going to go in the wrong direction. So if you think of yourself just being standing there with all that thinking around you as those balls, and just allowing them to be there, if you move vigorously, you're gonna shuffle them all over. Now you can get into a bit of like, the balls are coming out of different places. Now we can get into that overwhelm, right? We're starting to move around a bit too much. Okay, just sit. Just sit. and allow them to be there. And things become a little calmer. You're able to see each one, but you allow them just to be there. You can't fill your arms up if you want. If you want to grab all the joy ones, how much of that can you going to be able to grab and take with you? You're going to drop it, right? There's always balance. There's always balance. You could be in complete joy, and there's always a balance. Shit happens. Life is life. Shit happens. Something happens. You're in joy. All of a sudden, your day just changed, or your minute just changed. Something's different. The day my mum passed away, I absolutely did not expect it. It was the 26th of December of last year. Didn't expect it whatsoever. Spoke to her on the Christmas day. Things were good. That morning we were going down to Cocoa Village, and we were going to drive through and have a look at all the Christmas lights and that. Ready to go. Watching a bit of TV. All of a sudden, shit changed. Shit changed. Now, the thing we do with grief, like thinking in general, is we try and push it away. We don't want it. It hurts. It's there. Like I'm feeling it. Like I said, this week I've been like, yeah, right. It's there. But I'm starting to like realize where that is stemming from too, with this safety thing going on. And so it's playing a role. Even when my sister used to go on, and she used to go on holiday when I was a kid, and she'd go on holiday. And I had this conversation with my sister actually, but she'd go on holiday, and I used to be wanting a back like within the hour, like safety. And we talked about it when I was over there in August. But it's that safety. Don't go. I want the safety of it. And it doesn't always work like that. Shit changes, right? So when you get into that heavy thinking, think, you know what, it's just a bunch of balls. Don't try and push it. Don't try and do anything. Don't try and scoop them up in your arms. Don't try. So what do? You just let it be there. Just allow it to be there. It's one of the things in meditation, allowing the thinking to be there. Don't try and push away. Don't try and pull in. Just allow it to be there. And then just keep bringing your back self to an anchor if you're meditating. Bring it back to the breath. Bring it back into reality. Remember, your thoughts ain't real. Not unless it's right there in front of you. But even then, how do you know what's real? Is your thinking telling you the truth? Is somebody else's thinking annoying you on that subject? Why is that annoying you? Because they have a different perspective than what you did. Different upbringing, different message. So why wouldn't you both have a different opinion about something, right? Like I said, I'm here in sunny Florida, and it's a little cooler, and I love it, and I love each and every one of you, and thank you for listening, thank you for supporting. Hit me up in the comments, send me a comment, and you stay that course. Namaste.